You're listening to I Love Old Time Radio with your host, Virtual Vinny.
Welcome to a new episode of I Love Old Time Radio. Welcome, Old Time Radio fans. I'm your host, Virtual Vinny. You can interact with us via social media on Facebook at I Love Old Time Radio and on Twitter at I Love OT Radio. You can send feedback to us via the contact form on our website at iloveoldtimeradio.com. You can also anonymously tell us what you think of the show by filling out our survey at iloveoldtimeradio.com/survey. This episode is brought to you by our Vintage Radio Club. This premier version of the iloveoldtimeradio.com website allows you to get added benefits while using the site and help the show as well. We have 3 tiers at $2, $7, and $10, with features including the ability to sort episodes by actors and genres, a broadcast schedule, see what shows are airing on which date. Currently, we have our shows planned out to March. You'll even be able to see what shows we'll be doing before they are announced, and may have the ability to vote for new shows. Starting in December, we'll be introducing our new special club programming with longer recordings such as the ones produced by Lux Theater and the Mercury Theater on the Air. And for you top tier supporters, you'll be able to download any of our episodes without my voice. Visit iloveoldtimeradio.com/vintage to get access now. I Love Old Time Radio produces a new show every Monday through Friday, each day with a different theme. Fridays, we spend time with Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life. We are missing one episode since last week, so this is episode number 22, originally aired March 24th, 1948, and the secret word is...
Ladies and gentlemen, if any of our contestants mentions the word walk, W-A-L-K, at any moment during the next half hour, he wins $250 in cash immediately.
Really?
You bet your life. Elgin American, creators of America's most beautiful compacts, smartest cigarette cases, finest dresser sets, present Groucho Marx in the new comedy quiz series, You Bet Your Life, produced and transcribed from Hollywood. And here's that sterling Elgin American, the one, the only...
That's me, Groucho Marx. Thank you. Well, here I am again. And tonight, one of our couples will have a chance at $2,500 in cash. George Fenneman, who's first to try for it?
Our audience selected a milkman and a young mother, Groucho, and here they are. Mr. Jesse Kaufman and Mrs. Virginia Keese meet Groucho Marx.
Hello, folks, and welcome for Elgin American Compacts. And I'll pay $250 to the first one who tells me the secret word. It's a common word, something you do every day. What is it? Eat? No. You? Breathe. Breathe? No. Well, don't be discouraged. Maybe you'll say it while we're talking. Now, Mrs. Keese, is your name Keese?
Yes.
Fenneman introduced you as a young mother. May I ask your age?
15.
15, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And how old is your baby?
8 months.
A boy or a girl?
It's a girl.
Girl. How old is your husband?
19.
Are you from Tennessee?
Yes.
How did you... what a stab that was out of 48 states. I must be psychic. And how old was your mother when she married?
Oh, around 19.
And what did she say when you told her you were going to get married?
Oh, she thought it was wonderful, as long as I had the right boy.
And what did she say when you told her you were going to be a mother? Did she just stand there and snicker?
Something on that line.
She didn't say anything?
Oh, she was happy, yes.
She was happy.
Mm-hmm.
And what did your husband say when you told him?
He turned pale and didn't say a word for a minute.
How did you meet your husband?
I was in a show, and there
You
was...
were in a show?
Mm-hmm. And
You
there
mean you
was...
were watching it, or you were a participant? Huh?
Oh, I was setting and watching.
You sound like an old hen now. You were sitting in the audience?
Yes, watching the show.
Yes.
We got up to leave, and I had some gum in my mouth. I put it to throw it down, and it landed on a boy's head. And he started...
And he was stuck on you ever since, huh?
I imagine so.
And tell me, Mrs. Keese, is your baby talking yet?
Oh, a few words.
What does he say?
Gaga or goo-goo.
And what does gaga mean?
Pet me a little bit.
Gaga.
Say, Groucho, I think this is a good time to present the ideal Easter gift to our friend.
Well, go right ahead, George.
All right. For Mrs. Keese, an exquisitely designed Elgin American Compact with a satin silver finish. And for Milkman Kaufman, a precision-crafted cigarette case by Elgin American.
Mr. Kaufman, so you're a milkman, huh?
That's right.
You've been standing there so long, you're starting to turn sour. I have a complaint to make about my milkman. He always forgets where I live. In the past 2 weeks, he's delivered me to the wrong doorstep 5 times. Are you married?
That's right.
How long?
7 years.
Any little half pints at home? What's that?
2 children.
2 children. How old are they?
Boy of 5 and a half and a little girl of 5 months.
What milk company do you work for, Mr. Butterfat?
Arden Farms.
Huh?
Arden Farms.
Arden, huh? Well, you're an ardent worker out there, huh? I think there's some cows in the back row out there. How many cows work out at the dairy there?
Oh, about 18,000.
18,000, huh? You must have had a lot of pull to get a job like that. Now, sour cream, what's the most unusual note? What's the most unusual note you ever found in an empty bottle?
Well, the woman asked me to lay a dozen eggs down on the porch.
Well, that's quite a trick. Well, you two make a grade A couple. Now you're going to work together as a team for $2,500. In just 1 minute, you're going to play You Bet Your Life. But first, George Fenneman with some smart ideas for Easter.
Naturally, you want to look your smartest for Easter. So be sure you look into a smart new Elgin American Compact every time you powder your nose and use lipstick. Your compact is the one accessory you actually display to others, and display frequently. With an exquisite new Elgin American Compact, you can be sure it's as style-minded as the rest of your Easter costume. For just $2.95, or as much more as you care to spend, you can have the exciting new designing, the supreme beauty that keep Elgin American Compacts first in fashion. Put it on your shopping list and get it tomorrow at any leading jewelry store, department store, or specialty shop. A new, glamorous for Easter, Elgin American Compact.
All right, now let's play You Bet Your Life. You know you two could clip me for $2,500 tonight. Mrs. Keese, how would you spend your half?
Well, I have a little cousin that was ran over just a few days ago.
Yes.
And their parents need money very badly. And I'd be willing to give it all to them.
Well, that's wonderful. And, Mr. Kaufman, where would your half go?
Well, I'd like to spend it in outfitting a nursery for my baby daughter.
You've got fine ways of spending this money. Now, all you've got to do is win it. Now, George, tell them the rules of You Bet Your Life.
All right. Each of our 3 couples has $20. They bet as much of that 20 as they want on each of 4 questions. The couple that earns the most money gets a chance at the $2,500 question. Our other 2 couples are in a waiting room off stage, so they all know what goes on until it's their turn.
Now, here we go. Let's see how high you can build your $20. Which one of our 27 categories did you select?
The Irving Berlin songs.
Songs by Irving Berlin. Remember, you can help each other with the answers. Your first question pays even money. You bet 10, make 10. Mr. Kaufman, how much of your $20 will it be?
$15.
15. That all right with you,
Yes.
Virginia? Here it is. Stan Myers and his boys will play one of Berlin's tunes. See if you can identify it.
Something
What is it?
Monday?
Huh?
Blue Day Monday.
Blue Day Monday?
No. I'm sorry. I've got my love to keep me warm.
I'm sorry, too. They bet 15. They now have 5, Groucho.
All right, your second question also pays even money. Virginia Keese, how much of your $5 will you bet?
Well, we couldn't split it up.
Yes,
Just
you
five.
can. You can bet $4. You can bet 8 cents if you want to, huh?
Five would be all right.
About the $5.
You want to bet the whole 5? Here it is. This song is a little different from most of the Berlin tunes.
You'd be surprised.
You'd be surprised. That's right.
Well, there they go. They now have $10, Groucho.
Well, you're back to $10. Anyhow, you're back in the game, anyhow. Now, your third question again pays even money. Mr. Kaufman, how much of the $10 will it be?
We'll bet the $5.
Going to bet 5. This song was written in 1921 and is still a favorite with many people.
Say it with flowers.
Say it with
Flowers.
Say it with music. Say it with music is correct.
Now they have $15, Groucho.
You pretty near smelled yourself out of that with Say It With Flowers, huh? Now, here's your last chance to beat the other couples. You've got $15. This question pays 2 to 1. If you bet 10, you make 20. Now, how much you going to bet?
$15.
$15? Here it is. What is the name of this song by Irving Berlin? I'll be loving you always.
And they wind up with a grand total of $45, Groucho.
You've been a very interesting team. You got $45, and thanks and good luck from Elgin American Compacts.
Well, maybe the next couple will say the secret word, Groucho. It's walk. Okay, boys, bring in the next couple. Just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected a Democrat and a Republican. And here they come. Democrat Barbara DeLeve and Republican Ben McNeil meet Groucho Marx.
Democrat and a Republican, eh? Well, this is an historic moment. An elephant and a donkey in the same room. And I'll give a $250 political plum to the first one who says the secret word. It's something you do every day. What is it?
Walk.
Wake up.
What is it?
Wake up.
What'd you say?
Walk.
Walk is right. You've won yourself $250, and here it is. You said the secret word. It was walk, and you said it, so you win $250 in cash from Elgin American Compacts. Congratulations, and here's your $250. And on top of that, you can still win that $2,500, you know. How would you spend your half if you two win it?
Well, the Democrats took a lot of money away from me.
What do you mean they took a lot of money away? How?
Well, Uncle Sam dipped his hands in our pocket.
Oh, I see. Before the Democrats were elected, there was no income tax, huh?
Well, it wasn't high.
Mrs. DeLeve, is that it? What's your affiliation with the Democratic Party, Mrs. DeLeve?
I'm a working member of the San Gabriel Valley Young Democrats and a former member of the Pasadena Young Democrats.
And Mr. McNeil, what's your connection with the Republican Party?
I'm a member of the County Central Committee and former president of the Los Angeles County Republican Assembly.
How could you be opposed to a beautiful girl like Mrs. DeLeve?
Well, I think we're both trying to accomplish the same thing and arrive at
Yeah, but it
a
seems
better
to me
government.
she's got better equipment than... Mrs. DeLeve, how long have you been married?
2.5 years.
Any little candidates running around home kissing grown-ups?
I don't have any little candidates at home, but I have 32 in the schoolroom.
You have 32? In the schoolroom?
In the
Do
classroom.
you bring them there every morning?
I greet them after they come.
Oh, I see. You're the teacher in the
I'm the teacher, yes.
I see. Wasn't like that when I was a lad. You should have seen the crown I had. I'd never played hooky with you, babe. As a matter of fact, I still wouldn't. Say, I'm not too old to go to school, am I? What time does the school start tomorrow?
9.
No. I'll be there at 7. Well, how do you make the little Democrats behave? Do you show them a picture of Wallace? Just what do you do for the Democrats, Mrs. DeLeve?
I work within the Young Democrats to bring the issues before other young people. We do precinct work. We ring doorbells. We mail literature.
Will you ring my doorbells? Now, Mr. McNeil, are you sure you're a Republican?
I believe so.
I should imagine. You haven't said much. I imagine you are a Republican.
Don't have much chance with the Democrats here.
I'm strictly impartial and neutral on this thing now. What is your occupation, Mr. McNeil?
I'm an insurance broker.
Do you ring doorbells?
Not so much anymore.
Too old for doorbells?
Yeah, too old for doorbells.
Well, what have the Republicans done for you, Mr. McNeil? Apparently you've done a lot for them.
Well, they got me on this program, got me $250.
Well, I think they're out after bigger things than that this year. Have you always voted the Republican ticket?
Yes, sir.
Why, Mr. McNeil? As man to man, I want to know why.
Well, I think they are a superior party and have the fundamental principles that I feel that are right.
Did you vote for Landon?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, you're the guy, huh?
Say, Groucho, we have the perfect Easter gift for our two guests. For Mrs. D'Olive, a lovely Elgin American compact, smartly designed in jeweler's bronze finish. And for Mr. McNeil, an Elgin American cigarette case finished in jeweler's bronze.
Thank you very much.
Been a long time since you've seen loot like that, eh, Mr. McNeil?
Thank you very much. My other one's getting kind of worn.
Mrs. D'Olive, which do you think are the most intelligent voters, men or women?
I'm reluctant to get out on a limb on that one.
Well, you've got a couple of pretty good ones there. I wouldn't hesitate if I were you, Mrs. DeLeve.
I'd say when a woman really thinks about her voting, she's thinking more for general welfare of the people, probably for her own children. She's a pretty intelligent voter, is thinking on issues. And as someone has commented, not on how much money it's going to bring her, as often men do.
Now, Mr. McNeil, how do you feel about that? Do you think that women are the superior and more intelligent voters?
Well, I think that the women vote from the heart, and I think that...
Men haven't got any. Well, I say more power to all the candidates. I'm no fool. I've got to sell compacts. Well, tonight we've done a lot of kidding about the Republicans and the Democrats. But I know you two are doing important work in getting out the vote. The right to vote is a precious thing. Let's be sure we use it. Now, let's play You Bet Your Life for $2,500. Now, if you run your $20 into more than our other couples, you get the chance at the $2,500 question. Fenneman, remind our listeners how much our first couple won.
The milkman and the young mother are leading with $45.
Here we go. Let's see how high you can build your $20. Mr. McNeil, what question category did you select?
Famous inventors.
Famous inventors. Okay, and remember you can help each other with the answers. First question pays even money. Bet 10, make 10. How much of your $20 will it be?
What do you think? 15?
I think 15.
All right, here it is. Who is the inventor of the telegraph?
Morse.
Samuel Morse is correct.
They now have $35, Groucho.
Second question also pays even money. Miss DeLeve, how much of your $35 will you bet?
25.
Here it is. Who is the man that invented the sewing machine?
Singer.
I'm sorry. Elias Howe. H-O-W-E.
Oh, dear.
They now have $10, Groucho.
You now got $10. Your third question again pays even money. How much of your $10 will it be, Mr. McNeil?
What do you say, 5? 5.
5? All right, here it is. Who is the inventor of the cotton gin?
Eli Whitney.
Eli Whitney, correct.
Now they have $15, Groucho.
Here's your last chance to beat the other couples. This question pays 2 to 1. You bet 10, make 20. Now you've got $15. How much are you going to bet?
We'll shoot to work. Is this the last question?
This is the last one. This is the last car.
All right, we'll shoot to work.
Got to get out of the park after this, huh? You're going to shoot the whole 15.
Shoot to work.
Who was the inventor of the phonograph?
Edison.
Thomas Edison is correct.
And they wind up with a grand total of $45 to Groucho.
Thanks to both of you and good luck from Elgin American Compacts to all parties this year, except the one that I attended last night. Now, in just 1 minute, our last couple will play You Bet Your Life, and then we know who gets a chance at the $2,500 question. But first, George Fenneman with some threefold wisdom about gifts that never grow old.
Every woman needs 3 compacts. 3 to get ready for Easter and for fashion. The new Elgin American Compact threesomes provide 1 compact for streetwear, 1 for dressier daytimes, and 1 for evening. Changing your compacts to the apparel mood is just as important as changing your shoes. Only Elgin American offers such a wide choice for every fashion need. You can choose from smart costume colors, silver finish, jeweler's bronze, and sterling silver. Prices start at $9.95 for 3. And one of these style-minded compact threesomes makes the perfect Easter gift, too. Select your own set of 3 tomorrow, and you'll be set for Easter and for every occasion with the 3 compacts every woman needs. Elgin American. For daylight, for twilight, for starlight.
We'll soon know who's going to earn the most money tonight and get the chance at the $2,500 question. Our first 2 couples are tied with $45 apiece. George, who's our final couple?
Well, they've been in a waiting room off stage, so they don't know the secret word is walk. Okay, bring them in, boys. Just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected a pair of newlyweds over 60 years of age. And here come the bride and groom, Mr. and Mrs. Sheldon. Meet Groucho Marx.
Hello, kids. I'm glad to have you here. You look so happy and contented. Now then, I'll pay $250 immediately to the first one who says the secret word. It's something you do every day.
Breathe.
What is it, huh?
Breathe.
No.
Move.
Move? No. I'm sorry. Well, keep talking. Perhaps you'll say it. Newlyweds over 60, eh? Now, Mr. Sheldon, how old are you?
68.
68. And Mrs. Sheldon, I don't want to seem nosy, but could you tell me how old you were 20 years ago?
41.
You were 41. When was the wedding?
Last year.
Last year, huh? And where was it?
In Los Angeles.
And where was your wedding, Mr. Sheldon?
I think it was in Los Angeles.
You were there, too. Do you have any children, Mrs. Sheldon?
No, I haven't.
Do you have any grandchildren?
No.
Any... Do you live with your in-laws, Mr. Sheldon?
No.
No, you say no. You live alone, huh?
Yes.
Most newlyweds live together. How did you meet Mr. Sheldon?
I was going to take a bus one day.
You took him instead?
I did.
Apparently, you'd have taken anything that came along there. A bus, Mr. Sheldon, doesn't make any difference at all.
Not a bit.
Well, didn't you resent a strange man coming up and talking?
Well, you look kind of nice.
Well, you're a real bold buccaneer there, Mr. Sheldon. Well, what did you say to Mrs. Sheldon when you proposed to her?
I said it's a nice day.
And she says, yes, let's get married? You must have said more than a nice day.
No, I said, how would you like to come and live with me?
I'm not going to get involved in this at all. I remember when I proposed to my wife, I was all choked up. I couldn't say a word until her mother took her hands off my throat. Tell me, Mr. Sheldon, when nobody else is around, do you have pet names for each other?
Yes.
But what do you call Pearl here?
Honey Bunchy.
Honey Honey Bunchy?
Yeah.
And Mrs. Sheldon, what do you call Walter? When you're alone, I mean.
Oh, well, he's got a lot of whiskers. I call him Cactus Pete. Otherwise, I call him Snooky.
Groucho, I'd like to give the ideal Easter gift to our guests.
Go right ahead, George.
For the bride, a lovely Elgin American dresser set, engraved with silver finish. And for the groom, a precision-crafted sterling silver cigarette case by Elgin American.
Now, that's a beautiful dresser set, Mrs. Sheldon. You can let Snooky use it on his birthday. When you married him, did he have any bad habits, Mrs. Sheldon?
Oh, yes. One very bad one.
What did he do?
Oh, he always leaves his clothes on the floor.
Well, when he did this, was he in his clothes, or... Snooky, do you have any new habits since you've been married?
Yes, I have.
Well, what are they?
Picking up my clothes.
Well, don't pick up anything else, huh? Well, in spite of my probing, you're still smiling, and if you can tolerate me, I'm sure your marriage will be a huge success. Now, let's see if you're going to be the high winners for the night and get the chance at the $2,500 question. Mr. Sheldon, what would you do with all that money if you two won it?
I'd give it to her.
Give it to her. You trust her with that money?
Oh, yes.
And Mrs. Sheldon, how would you spend yours?
He lost his job just before Christmas, so I think we'll have to keep Mr. Wolf from the door.
Oh, does he come around there, too?
No, he's looking around the corner.
Oh, well, if he comes in, eat him. Now, you're the last couple to play You Bet Your Life. Beat the other two couples, and you get the $2,500 question. Can't tell you how much they won, but George Fenneman's off stage to remind our listeners.
The milkman and the young mother and the Democrat and the Republican are tied with $45 each.
Here we go. Let's see how high you can build your $20. Mr. Sheldon, what question category did you select?
Capitals.
Capitals of states. Okay. And remember, you can help each other with the answers. First question pays even money. Bet 10, make 10. Mr. Sheldon, how much of your $20 will it be?
10.
10. What is the capital of Delaware?
Dover.
Dover is correct. You're on the way, Groucho. They now have $30. The second question also pays even money. Mrs. Sheldon, how much of your $30 will you bet?
20.
All right, here it is. What is the state capital of Oregon?
Salem.
Salem is on the nose. They now have $50, Groucho. The third question again pays even money. Mr. Sheldon, how much of the $50 will it be?
40.
What is the state capital of Kentucky?
Frankfurt.
Frankfurt is right. They're really on their way. Now they have $90. Frankfurt is right even without mustard. Now, here it is. Here's your last chance to beat the other couples. This question pays 2 to 1. You bet 10, make 20. You bet 2 to 1 now, you've got $90. You can make $180, and 90, you would have $270. Now, how much are you going to bet?
All of it.
All of it, huh? Think it over carefully. I don't want to influence you now. You going to bet all of it? Here it is. What is the state capital of North Carolina?
Raleigh.
Raleigh.
Raleigh is correct. They wind up with $270. And that means that they're also the big winner for tonight with their $270. Thanks to our newlyweds and congratulations to the winner. In just 30 seconds, I'll ask the $2,500 question. But now let's hear from George Fenneman.
There's something about an Elgin American Compact, or Compact Threesome, that's far and away the finest you've ever known. It could be the exquisite designing, or that special jewel-like finish, or the supreme craftsmanship in every detail. You get them all, and more glamour than this accessory ever gave you before, when you carry the compacts that are first in fashion, Elgin Americans. Groucho, here's the winning couple, our newlyweds.
Mr. and Mrs. Sheldon. And here's the $2,500 question from Elgin American Compacts. Good luck. I'll give you 15 seconds to decide on a single answer between you, so talk it over thoroughly. Here it is for $2,500 in cash. President Truman recently dedicated a new national park, 1 million acres of unusual beauty and interest. What is the name of this newest national park? Sheldon, what is the answer you two decided on?
We haven't decided.
I'm afraid we don't know it.
I'm sorry. The correct answer is Everglades National Park in Florida. I'm terribly sorry. That means the big question next week will be worth $3,000. You've been a wonderful team, and in addition to your gifts from Elgin American, you earned $270, and it's all yours. Congratulations, and thanks to both of you.
Bet Your Life is a John Goodell production, transcribed in Hollywood, directed by Bob Dwan, music by Stanley Myers. Remember, next week's big question pays $3,000. Be sure to tune in again next Wednesday night and every Wednesday this time for You Bet Your Life, starring Groucho Marx. Presented by the creators of America's most beautiful compacts, smartest cigarette cases, and finest dresser sets, Elgin American.
Good night, folks. Have you looked at your compact lately?
Welcome back. 15 years old and married with a baby. Speaking as a father of a 16-year-old, I'd say that's way too young. However, Tennessee must have had lax laws on the legal age of marriage back in 1948. However, as of 2018, the minimum age was set at 17, and no minor can marry someone more than 4 years older. Then we saw a Republican and a Democrat try to work together. It doesn't seem that the parties liked each other back then either. Groucho referenced the name Landon, stating that the Republican was the only one to have voted for him. This is in reference to the 1936 presidential election between Franklin D. Roosevelt and Alf Landon, where Landon won only Vermont and Maine, which gave him only 8 electoral votes, and Roosevelt winning 523. It was a landslide. Groucho Marx considered himself a liberal Democrat. And that's going to do it for our program. You can find I Love Old Time Radio on iTunes, the Google Play Store, and on Stitcher. You can listen to us on your Alexa device through TuneIn. Please take the time to rate us and leave a comment as well. Like us on Facebook at I Love Old Time Radio. Follow us on Twitter at I Love OT Radio. Comments and questions can be directed to our website at iloveoldtimeradio.com. Support the show by joining our Vintage Radio Club at iloveoldtimeradio.com/vintage or send a one-time donation at iloveoldtimeradio.com/support. Monday, The Shadow returns, and Groucho Marx will be back next Friday. For iloveoldtimeradio.com, this is Virtual Vinny. See you next month.